And then we also have reusable pads and pants. So they can be used more than once. And they do look more like normal underwear, but they're generally suited to a lighter loss and probably more for urinary incontinence than fecal incontinence, because obviously cleaning faeces off washable products isn't the most pleasant and can be quite a challenging thing to do. So, for example, this is a pair of continence pants, and it actually has a built-in pad into it. So you can see for someone, it's for a lighter loss, but it looks quite like a normal pair of underwear, and it can be quite pleasant or, quite accepting to wear, particularly if you're not keen on continence pads. They can get bigger and even more absorbent. You can see there's a pad through the centre of this as well. Some of the pads come up a lot higher than this, but you won't get the absorbency of a washable pad, but you might find that, again, someone with a memory problem, they might happily wear something like this, or someone who's not too keen on wearing a disposable pad or is concerned about disposing or the amount of rubbish that's been created through the disposable pads. This might be something more acceptable. Also, put it on, it hits the right spot again. They can be quite acceptable to wear. So you're probably looking more at a range of, say, again, 50 mils to maybe 400. Some really super absorbent ones might get it to 800 mils, but nowhere near the absorbency of the disposable.
Is there a cost benefit for going for a reusable as opposed to a disposable?
Well, it's really hard to say, because even though you might be paying, say, $30 a pair, and obviously it lasts a lot longer. So potentially it might be a saving, but there's more work involved and there's less absorbency. So it probably depends on your continence issue as to whether it's beneficial. But say if you've got quite a heavy loss, it might not be the product for you. But if you're on a lighter end of the scale, it might be quite economical to look at something like this.
Okay, thank you.
One thing that I've noticed these days too is there's a lot of continence products for kids.
Yes.
Which back in my day would never be known. So, and that helps. That gives the kids a confidence when they go to school and even playing sport. So there are options available for children now, which are very important.
And I would expect that you already know that you're a little bit different. Yes. That having that reinforced by not having products that are around that are suitable will just continue to reinforce that. So this is a part of that destigmatising, the ability to actually have good quality of life and live a normal, for want of a better term, life while trying to manage incontinence. That becomes really important.
Yeah, it is. And unfortunately, kids can be cruel. And most of us, in our community, in the IA community, we were the smelly kid at school because, that's just, you might have an accident and not having that right protection, it really affects.
Of course.
So having these options.
Because you always remember the child who wet themselves at school.
Yes, correct.
For all the rest of their life, they're always remembered as that child, and it was probably a once occasion. So if it's something that's a risk all the time, so that's why it's very important that the kids are getting looked after now too, from that perspective. You probably can see on the screen too, there is a swimming pair of shorts as well. So there is some washable swimming products around as well for incontinence as well. The other thing is to also, when it comes to the washable products, when it comes to laundering, you can put them in normal domestic washing machines. Probably not use a dryer though, because some of the materials, waterproof barriers might deteriorate. So it's better just to either wash it in normal wash or hand wash them and just dry them on the clothesline as opposed to using a dryer. No fabric softeners either, just normal washing powder should be preferred.